Hello students, in the last lecture we have seen what is pasteurization, what is the history of pasteurization and what is the need of pasteurization. In this lecture we will see the methods of pasteurization and again its definitions. So holding method, that is low temperature long time batch pasteurization, and second one is the high temperature short time, that is HTST method, and third one is the holding method, that is LT method, means low temperature long time method. Definition we have already seen in the last lecture. So it is the process of heating every particle of milk and milk products to a temperature at least 145 degree Fahrenheit, that is 63 degrees Celsius, and holding it at same temperature for the 30 minutes, and then milk is cooled immediately at 41 degree Fahrenheit, that is 5 degrees centigrade. So this is the definition of pasteurization. Then we will discuss about the types of LT pasteurizer, means low temperature long time pasteurizer. So first one is the horizontal coil vat pasteurizer. So in this method there is a lead, and this is the horizontal tank, and this is the spiral coil. We can see this is the spiral coil and this is the central shaft. And it is the heating medium outlet. And it is the heating or cooling medium inlet. Heating or cooling medium outlet and heating and cooling medium inlet is there. And this is the space for milk. Okay, this one is the lead, horizontal tank, spiral coil. You can see the central shaft, and this is the heating or cooling medium outlet, and this one is the heating and cooling medium inlet, and this is the space for the milk. So in this method the heating and cooling medium get into the spiral coil, and then outlet of this heating and cooling medium is here, and this is the space for the milk. The heat to the milk get from this heating medium, and then it's cool, and finally the packaging of the milk occurs. So this is the horizontal coil vat pasteurizer. This is one of the type of LT pasteurizer. So this is a very popular and most widely used method. Rectangular square tanks are constructed from copper, glass, enameled steel or stainless steel. There is one shaft running lengthwise at the center of tank. Spiral coil suspended lengthwise on this central shaft. Both act as an agitator and pasteurize every particle of milk. The tank is provided with lid. The diameter of coil is 2 to 4 inches. Steam and chilled water is passing through the coil for heating and cooling of the milk. Then second one is the spray vat pasteurization, and this is the spray vat pasteurizer, and in this also we can see the lead. Can see the lead here, and this is the inner tank, this is the outer tank, and this is the paddle type of agitator, and these are the nozzles, and this is the space for heating or cooling medium. This is the space for heating and cooling medium, and in this way it works. We will see the detailed information about it. So in this type of nozzle, the nozzles are provided with inner surface of outer tank. The nozzles are used to spray hot water and cooled water on outer surface of inner tank containing the milk. Okay. So in inner tank, two pedal are agitators are constructed. While rotating, the pedals agitate the milk, and thus there is uniform pasteurization. Then third one is the batch pasteurizer. It is somewhat modification of LT pasteurization. Stainless steel tank has 3 compartments utilized for different purposes. One is used as heating chamber, second one as holding chamber, and third one as the cooling chamber. So 3 chambers are working simultaneously. In first chamber, milk get heated while second holds and third cools the milk. Due to 3 compartments, this pasteurizer handles more quantity of milk than other LT pasteurizer. So this is the batch pasteurizer, and in that, in the first one is the heating chamber, and second one is the holding chamber, and third one is the cooling chamber. In that, lid is there, and this is the outer tank, this is the inner tank, and these are the agitators, and this is the space for milk, and this one is the space for heating and cooling medium. Okay, so this is the batch pasteurizer. Milk in bottle pasteurization. Bottles are filled with raw milk and tightly sealed with special caps, are heated at 63 degrees centigrade to 66 degrees centigrade, that is 145 to 159 degree Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. So then the bottle pass through water spray of decreasing temperature which cool both product and the bottle. So the advantage of this method is that it prevents possibility of post pasteurization contamination, and disadvantages are it transfers heat very slowly. Oversized bottles has to be used as to allow space for expansion during heating. There is greater risk of bottle breakage. Special type of water tight caps have to be used. Then high temperature short time pasteurizer, that is HTST pasteurizer, means high temperature short time. Definition is that it is the process of heating every particle of milk and milk products to a temperature at least 161 degree Fahrenheit, that is 71 degree centigrade, and holding it at a temperature for 15 seconds, and then milk is cooled immediately at 41 degree Fahrenheit for 5 degrees centigrade. The working of HTST pasteurizer. First, supply feed balance tank. It feeds a raw milk to the pasteurizer whose temperature is below 50 degree Fahrenheit. The milk is supplied to the pasteurization plant either by milk pump or by the gravity. Then regenerative heating. Regeneration is one of the most important economic features of any heat transfer. Raw milk pumped in this section where it comes in contact with hot pasteurized milk, that is at 161 degree Fahrenheit, passing through the plates. In this section, 80 to 85% regeneration is obtained. The temperature of raw milk is increased from 40 degree Fahrenheit to 135 degree Fahrenheit. Then third one is the heating section. In this section, hot water is used as a heating agent. Temperature of raw milk is raised to 161 degree Fahrenheit and allowed to pass in holding section. And fourth one is the holding section. From an engineering point of view, this is most difficult of all steps in the process. The length of tube is arranged in such a way that it will take only 15 seconds to pass milk from one end to another end. Then fifth one is the flow diversion valve, FDV. It is a device which is fitted at distal end of holder tube. It is the most important part of HT/ST pasteurizer. If milk is below 161 degree Fahrenheit or it is not held for 15 seconds, then this valve does not allow to mix such a milk in a pasteurized milk. So it is very important work of FDV that if the milk is below 161 degree Fahrenheit or it is not held for 15 seconds, then the valve does not allow to mix such a milk with the pasteurized milk, and it diverts this milk back to the feeder tank for pasteurization. So it is usually operated by air pressure working against a strong spring. When temperature falls, air pressure is released and valve snaps shuts immediately. When temperature regains, air pressure built up and valve opens forward flow. The system so arranged that any failure of air or electricity moves the valve in diverted position. So the regenerative cooling. This is an inverse picture of regenerative heating. The hot milk is cooled by incoming raw milk. Cooling section. In this section, the hot pasteurized milk is cooled from regeneration temperature below 41 degree Fahrenheit. Cooled or chilled water is used as a cooling medium. Water cooling. Milk is cooled from regeneration temperature below 45 degree Fahrenheit. Water is used as a cooling medium. This is useful in winter season. So brine chilled water, brine/chilled water cooling. Pasteurized milk is cooled by using brine/chilled water. Milk is cooled at about 38 degree Fahrenheit. It is practiced in the summer. For pasteurization of milk, only 1 hour is required. The next one is the automatic control devices, steam pressure controller, water temperature controller, milk temperature recorder, etc. The types of HT/ST pasteurizer. First one is the plate heat exchanger. Stainless steel plates grooved on both sides are fixed over each other. Plates are square frames converting grooves into shallow channels. Then flash pasteurization. In this system, milk is heated up to 160 degree Fahrenheit to 170 degree Fahrenheit or even higher and allowed for 1 to 2 seconds. After sudden heat, milk is cooled at 40 degree Fahrenheit and it is not a sure method. Then uprisation. Steam is injected under pressure to heat the milk up to 150 degree centigrade, that is 302 degree Fahrenheit, for fractions of second. The added water is then removed by the evaporation under vacuum. The next one is the electric pasteurization. Low frequency alternate current is passed through electrodes in contact with the milk. Then maceration, it is used for cream pasteurization without affecting the cream line. Then we will discuss about the advantages of HT/ST pasteurization. The first one is it provided with automatic control and flow divergent valve. This gives double safety to all pasteurized milk. Raw milk cannot enter as pasteurized milk, and no possibility of external contamination. Constant holding time is shown automatically. For large sized plant, initial cost is lower, and hence in a long run it is cheaper than LT/LT pasteurization, saving in floor space also. Pasteurized milk can be obtained within a short time. Plant expansion is easy. Process can be quickly started. Number of equipments are reduced. There is saving in the labor. Then here we will also discuss the disadvantages of HT/ST pasteurization. First one, for small plant it is very costly. Trained labor is required for that, and comparatively difficult for the cleaning. Then objectives to pasteurization. Nutritive value of milk is lowered down. Vitamin B and vitamin C are destroyed in the pasteurization. Pasteurized milk leads to decay in the teeth. Then bacterial toxins are not destroyed. Eradication of disease in dairy cattle would be discouraged. Initiative for producer to produce clean milk is reduced. Distributor is enabled to sell stale milk. And this is the diagram, flow diagram for the HT/ST pasteurization. High temperature, short time pasteurization. Here you can see here this is the cooling section, and this one will get from here the pasteurized milk. This one is the milk pump. This one is the milk pump. From here raw milk here these dark dot lines are shown by the shown as a raw milk, and this one is the steam, and the straight lines are shown as a hot pasteurized milk. From milk pump, the raw milk enters into the regenerative section. This one is the raw milk which enters into the regenerative section. This one is the raw milk. And then in regenerative section, this shows the hot milk. This line shows the hot milk, and this dotted line shows the raw milk. Okay, and this is the steam, and this is the hot section, heating section. Okay, and this one is the flow divergent wall. What is the work of flow divergent wall? When the milk is not pasteurized, it again repasteurizes the milk. And this is the holder tube, and this is the unpasteurized milk back to the feeder. This is the feeder. The unpasteurized milk goes back to the feeder, from feeder to the milk pump, from milk pump to the regeneration area, from regeneration area to the heating section, from heating section to the flow divergent wall, and from flow divergent wall, if the milk is not pasteurized, it goes to the feeder tank, and from feeder tank to milk pump, and from here the steam is generated, and the raw milk is heated by the hot milk in the regenerative section, and in the heating section this raw milk is heated by the steam, and in this way the milk is pasteurized, and after pasteurization it comes in a cooling section, and after cooling the milk get packaged, and after packaging the milk is ready for the sale as a pasteurized milk. Okay, getting from milking pump, the milk goes to the regenerative section. In the regenerative section, the raw milk is heated with the help of the hot milk, and in the heating section the raw milk is heated with the help of the steam, and again this pasteurized milk goes for the cooling section and packaged. And if the milk is not pasteurized, the flow divergent wall takes this milk to the feeder tank, and feeder tank again, from the feeder tank this milk again enters into the milk pump, and again the pasteurization process starts. In this way, this is the lecture for the pasteurization of milk and its methods and its advantage and disadvantages.